Ugh, ads are such poop. Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more for just $1 a month. Click the link in our show notes to learn how. And hey, we're on Patreon too. Your support helps cover the cost of running a podcast. For $2 a month, you can get early access to all our episodes ad-free, plus bonus episodes exclusive to Patreon subscribers only. Visit patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse to sign up now.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey friends, it's Mark Bittman, host of Food with Mark Bittman. If you haven't listened yet, please check us out. We talk about recipes, a lot about cooking, but also about injustices in the food system and how America's food policy is moving both forward and backward. We had climate expert, general genius, and all-around great guy Bill McKibben, Senator Cory Booker, whose passion for food and politics is totally inspiring, and the hilarious, wisdom-rich, New Orleans-based chef Toya Bodie. We've got much more in store for you, including some interviews tied to Earth Day that really couldn't be more appropriate. So, have a listen, and if you'd like, share your thoughts with us or on Apple with a review. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Job was going on about how people get punished when they're dead.
No,
or
they
something.
get punished by dying.
They get punished by dying, which happens to literally everybody.
Yeah.
So I didn't really see the point in that.
Yeah, the subtitle was Job complains of God's indifference to wickedness. But to me, that's not what he was really talking about in this chapter.
Right, he was talking more about the actual punishment that does get doled out to them, I thought.
Yeah.
And it was just really weird because I'm like, yeah, death, I guess, punishes us all by happening eventually at some point to everybody.
That happens.
So I didn't really get the point.
Everybody dies.
I feel like the writer's just running out of shit to talk about.
They're like, okay, we've been granted 42 chapters.
Right.
Go.
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, sorry, writers are on strike.
Yeah.
So
It's a case of writer block this time.
Reality TV makes an appearance. Yeah. So
yeah, that was Job chapter 24.
Sure as fuck was.
And today we're going to be reading
Job chapter 25, because that's good math.
That's the one. All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so this is Job chapter 25.
Yeah, it is.
Which consists of maybe, I'm being generous here, 7 sentences. I opened the chapter and I go, oh my God.
So I guess this is kind of like a night off.
I guess.
Is that what we're getting at here?
But I go, oh my God. And then you go, what? And I go, oh, nothing. And you were like, what, is it really, really long? And I was like, no. And you go, how long is it? And I was like, I'll tell you in a minute.
Right. Like the first question I ask every time we get into a chapter is like, how long is this episode? How long is this chapter?
Yeah.
And we have like short, medium short, long-ish short to medium.
There's 3 categories of short, 3 categories of medium, and 3 categories of long is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
And this would be a 0.
This is shh. Yeah, it's not even short. It's just shh.
So sorry, I had to open that way because I was like, oh my God.
So yeah, I mean, enjoy the short episode today, I guess. You don't get as much of us today.
No.
Unless we go on about some bullshit for ever.
Like how short this
like
chapter
right
is.
now.
Yeah, I mean that's why I just had to open with that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
Sorry.
No,
okay,
I got
ready?
it. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, we're back to Bildad the Shuhite.
Bildad the Shuhite. Got it.
Then
there it is.
Bildad the Shuhite replied, "Dominion and awe belong to God. He establishes order in the heights of heaven."
Does he?
There's one sentence.
Okay, there's one. Recounting them?
Yeah, I got to know how many. It's either 6 or 7.
All right.
Can his forces be numbered? Question mark.
His sentences
That's
in the
2.
chapter can be.
Yeah. On whom does his light not rise? Question mark.
That is a good question. I don't know who it doesn't. Well, I mean, probably the people that are on the other side of the earth, where the light's not rising right then.
Yeah.
So it's
the whole.
Sometimes the sun sets.
It's beer o'clock somewhere on the planet.
Yeah, the sun's setting somewhere.
So that's 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How then can a mortal be righteous before God? And that's 4.
Yeah. You're throwing me off with this counting of the sentences thing.
Okay, so
why don't you just keep a silent count and then we can tally it up at the end?
No. Because I have to count as we go.
Oh.
Okay, so how can a mortal be righteous before God? By not being a murdery son of a bitch who steals.
I mean, that's how I always felt about it, right?
Yeah. That's righteous. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Yeah. How can one born of woman be pure? Question mark.
Whoa.
Excuse
I mean,
you.
what?
Right? That's 5.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Maybe you that reminds me of the people that are like, well, that's just what guys do, and that's just how things work.
Ooh.
I have no control over who I am. It's just who I am.
And women suck, so anybody born of a woman is a piece of shit because women are shit.
I call bullshit. You make fucking decisions, and you choose to do things that you do.
Yes.
You choose to do them, regardless of how ingrained in your, subprimal brain or whatever it is. You chose to do it.
It's amazing how you were assigned male at birth and identify as male and yet are not rapey.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, the
crazy.
bar is so fucking low.
Yeah.
You are everything that would indicate that is a man, and yet.
Right. Yeah.
You're not a son of a bitch who steals and rapes and.
Very proud of that fact, by the way.
I mean, as well you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at 5.
Okay, 5.
If even the moon is not bright and the stars are not pure in his eyes, how much less a mortal who is but a maggot, a human being who is only a worm. The end.
God.
That's 6.
Yeah, so 6 sentences.
Yeah.
But yeah,
humans are garbage.
Right, you're a maggot or a worm.
Here's the thing. I have such mixed feelings because he's not wrong. Humans are fucking trash, okay?
Sure.
But not for the same reasons. Like, not because of sin and, we're all born of Eve and we bit the apple and condemned us forever.
It's choices.
Yes.
You're a son of a bitch because you made a bad choice.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
What happened?
Cat called the fuck out of me just now because she was using me as a scratching pad.
Oh, don't do that, Dagny.
Yeah.
So, I do think that the human race is trash. Like, we are a pestilence on this planet. We are ruining the planet. But
right.
We are, nothing more than greedy monkeys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we pick our nose and throw shit at each other and we want the biggest pile of bananas, right?
And this is where I falter with this whole idea of God, because I feel like you can rise above that. You can choose to be better, and it has not a damn thing to do with a God.
Right.
Not at all.
Exactly.
It's choice. It's understanding how you affect the world you live in.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yes. So,
anyway.
6 sentences.
6 sentences. That was Job chapter 25.
I think that if you're listening to us and enjoying it, you're not a maggot. And if you're contributing and enjoying it, you're definitely not a worm.
Right. Yeah.
I mean.
Sure.
As long as we're doling out.
Unless you want to be. If you want to be a maggot or a worm, but you're still, a halfway decent person, I don't care. You be what you want to be.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't judge here.
I mean, we do judge. I judge a lot.
Well, we don't judge when it's not
informed consent.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that. That's what I meant.
You guys, just don't be rapey fucks.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Don't beat your children. Don't cut off the whiskers of cats.
Definitely.
You know, come on.
Right.
You know. You don't have to be told these things. You know.
Exactly.
And it has nothing to do with God. You know how to behave properly. Just do it.
Just do it. Now we're going to get sued.
God damn it.
All right. That was Job chapter 25.
Sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow is Saturday. And hypothetically, if we get our shit together, we are coming back tomorrow with...
Well, Saturday is Q&A Saturday.
Followed up by Sunday, which this week is just going to be a...
Patreon.
And then we'll be back on Monday.
Sunday night.
Oh, yeah. I'll
with
do
your
the weekly recap.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Monday, we'll be back with...
Job chapter 26.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hey friends, it's Mark Bittman, host of Food with Mark Bittman. If you haven't listened yet, please check us out. We talk about recipes, a lot about cooking, but also about injustices in the food system and how America's food policy is moving both forward and backward. We had climate expert, general genius, and all-around great guy Bill McKibben, Senator Cory Booker, whose passion for food and politics is totally inspiring, and the hilarious, wisdom-rich, New Orleans-based chef Toya Bodie. We've got much more in store for you, including some interviews tied to Earth Day that really couldn't be more appropriate. So, have a listen, and if you'd like, share your thoughts with us or on Apple with a review. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.